This latest derailment is raising fresh questions about the safety of moving crude oil by rail. A sharp rise in oil production, along with a lack of pipeline capacity, is forcing many oil companies to move their product by train. Last fall, Transport Canada introduced new guidelines in response to what happened in Lac-Megantic. But do those new rules go far enough? Vassy Kapelos looks into that for us tonight.
The latest derailment in New Brunswick adds to a long list over the last year. From Alberta to Saskatchewan to Quebec, the number of train accidents involving oil seems to be growing.
It wasn't adhered to.
This transportation policy expert says trains are still a safe bet.
Statistically, it's by far the safest mode of transport in terms of moving this kind of dangerous commodity, far safer than ocean shipping, for instance.
What's changed, though, is how much oil is being shipped. Without pipelines to get landlocked crude to refineries, it's going by rail instead. In 2011, about 68,000 carloads of oil and gas were moved by Canadian rail. In 2012, that jumped to nearly 113,000. And in just the first 9 months of 2013, the number of carloads was already up to 118,000. So while there are still the same number of derailments, more of them now involve oil.
But while statistics say one thing, this says another. It's not just how many times trains derail, but where they might. There are so many rail lines in Canada that go straight through residential areas.
Trains carrying oil have derailed in downtown Calgary and just outside of Edmonton. When it happened in Lac-Megantic, the consequences were disastrous. New rules mean cities and towns will now be told when oil is coming through.
To make sure that our local first responders will be well equipped and will have all the information to have good evacuation plan.
Retired train engineer Dan Christie says that's not happening fast enough.
If only the wheels of the railroads turned as slowly as the wheels of Transport Canada.
Christie says more inspectors need to be trained in the transport of dangerous goods and proper cars need to be used. Until then, it's a dangerous game of catch-up for the government and railway companies.
If they had been prepared, these derailments wouldn't be happening.
Vassy Kapelos, Global News, Ottawa.
And for more on transporting oil and which method is the riskiest, we've done some analysis. You can find that on our website, globalnews.ca.